Oh my goodness. Hello. Welcome to Hope, Faith, and Joy Daily Devotion with me, Pastor Amanda. Evidently, you can tell, having some technical difficulties this morning, but we're still going to try to do our daily devotion in the midst of my technicalities. So today we are looking at chapter 20 or 33 of Genesis. And if you remember yesterday, Jacob is on his way to meet Esau, and he's very nervous about this encounter. And so, what we have going on this morning is that what Jacob does is he kind of lines up his family to go meet Esau in favoritism order. So we learn that the two servants with their children go ahead, then Leah and her children are going, and then Rachel and Joseph are at the end. But something else kind of interesting is that Jacob goes by himself to actually encounter Esau. There's a sense in which he's trying to protect his family. And at the same time, he's finally showing his trust in the blessing that Esau, or that God gave to Jacob. So when he's encountering Esau, he's finally got that trust that he's going to be okay. His fear has kind of subsided, and he's able to come up to Esau. Now, at the same time, though, he is doing everything he can to kind of get on the good side of Esau. He has presented his gifts already. He is bowing down 7 times. So as he approaches, he bows down. And when he encounters Esau does something that's really cool. He embraces Jacob, and he kisses him and just offers all of this forgiveness. And so we really see that a change has happened in Esau, and he's ready to welcome his brother home. And within that, with the exchange, he even says, hey, you can take all these gifts back. I don't need them. But what Jacob then does is, instead of those gifts being an appeasement to try to make, Esau like him, he goes, it's now a gift of gratitude. I am so grateful for all that you have given me. So there's this little exchange about, do I want it? Do I not want it? Or do I, you have it back, come back to me? But I mean, that's typical of the culture of trying to give the gift back and saying, no, keep it. And, but it ends up working out that, Esau keeps what he has and Jacob has what he has. And so we see this beautiful thing. But I also love this line in here that Jacob says to him, accept this present from my hand, for truly to see your face is like seeing the face of God. Now, I love that, because we know that Jacob was able to see the face of God in the twilight of his struggle. And it's kind of this sense of Jacob is a changed man. He is no longer the man he was when he took everything from Esau. Now he's returning things to Esau. But we're also seeing Esau is not taking for granted what he has. They're both changed men. And I think that's important for us to recognize that when you have a relationship with God, you are a changed person. And it happens throughout and continuously throughout your life. You become a changed person. And so that's what I really get out of this scripture this morning. This sense of how we are changed in all of our relationships when we really have an authentic relationship with God. All of our relationships are transformed, and we see that truly here. So, but one other thing that's kind of interesting to note is that Esau's like, okay, come on home. And Jacob's like, actually, no. I have a different place I'm being called to. We're gonna keep a distance from each other. And so Esau says, go ahead here, have one of my servants to stay with you. And we have this wonderful little interlude here at the end. And Jacob says, but why should my Lord be so kind to me? And it's just like his encounter with God in his fight. There's no answer. There is no answer. It's just, it is done. You have this. Like, and to me, that is also a sign of like God's love. None of us deserve it. There's nothing we can do to earn it, to receive it. It's just given to us. And there's no answer for it. There's nothing to do about it. It's given. And so we see that actually though in Esau, this love being poured out to his brother. But they do end up keeping a distance from each other. They don't completely fully reunite. They do stay separate. And I think that's also important for us to realize that just because you're a changed person and your relationships are doesn't also mean that you're going to fix it to where you're buddy-buddy, are best friends all the time. Sometimes it just means that it's reconciled. There's no hard feelings. There's no fear of retribution. But we go our separate ways and live our own lives. And that's kind of what happens. Jacob and Esau go off in different directions to live their lives. And it's good. And it's okay. They know that they're reconciled. They have no fear of each other. And they can live their own lives in peace. And that's good for us. Sometimes we need to say that sometimes we need to offer the forgiveness with no hope of a relationship. But to free us from our anxieties and our fears and our worries, we need to at least, offer that and see if it's in return. But we don't have to then go back to maybe the way it was or anything like that. The point is that forgiveness is offered. So this chapter, though a little bit shorter than some of the other ones, has a lot to offer us and in ways of living our Christian lives. And so I hope you found something out of this today. So thanks for joining me, Pastor Amanda, with Hope, Faith, and Joy Daily Devotion, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.